Have you ever felt overwhelmed by emotional attachment, feeling trapped in a cycle that seems impossible to break? It's a common struggle that can leave you feeling powerless and stuck. But here's the good news: change is not only possible, but it's also within your reach. By drawing wisdom from ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, you can master the art of detachment and break free from the emotional chains that bind you. In this transformative journey, we'll explore the profound principles of Stoicism, guiding you toward emotional freedom. By applying these timeless teachings, you'll discover practical and healthy strategies to detach from people or situations that weigh heavily on your mind. Say goodbye to the mental shackles of attachment and embrace a newfound sense of clarity and focus on what truly matters in your life. If you believe in the power of personal growth and are ready to break free from the chains of emotional attachment, this guide is for you. Let's begin. 1. The power of detachment. Why is detachment important? Consider this: when we cling too tightly to people or situations, they begin to control us. It's like handing someone else the remote to your feelings, allowing them to flip through the channels at will. Their influence can dictate your happiness, sadness, and, in extreme cases, drive you to make irreversible decisions. Detaching doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you assign the proper weight to things outside your control. Imagine your emotions are like a kite. Every string attached to someone or something represents a direction your emotions can be pulled. If you hold on to too many strings or hold one too tightly, you're at the mercy of the wind. Stoicism teaches us to loosen our grip, to understand that while we can't control the wind, we can decide which strings to hold. This doesn't make you cold or indifferent, it makes you grounded and resilient. To start practicing detachment, first identify what or who you're overly attached to. Then, ask yourself why. Are you seeking validation, afraid of loneliness, or something else? Understanding the root of your attachment is the first step in loosening its grip. Engage in activities that fill you with a sense of purpose and satisfaction. Remember, detachment doesn't mean you care less, it means you understand better. It's about staying true to your essence and letting love, not fear, guide you. 2. Understanding attachment. Attachment often stems from the ego. Let's strip things back to basics. We are creatures of love at our core. Think about a newborn baby, radiating joy, untouched by the complexities of ego. Yet, as we age, our ego takes the driver's seat, cluttering our lives with attachments. These attachments, whether to people or ideals, cloud our judgment and distract us from our essence, which is love. Remember, attachment is the game of the ego, the very antithesis of love and self-contentment. If we view our desires and connections through this lens, we begin to see the unnecessary weight they add to our lives. Imagine a life lived from a place of love, not ego. Picture the freedom of not clinging desperately to outcomes, people, or statuses. Living from love allows you to trust in abundance, to believe that what's meant for you will find its way. This isn't about wishful thinking, it's about a deep-seated belief in your personal value and capabilities. It empowers you to let go and recognize that attachments are merely anchors limiting the vast ocean you're meant to explore. To start untangling yourself from these anchors, begin by acknowledging the attachment for what it is, a product of your ego seeking security and validation. Next, shift your perspective and understand that your worth isn't tied to this attachment. Your essence, your core, is enough. This understanding doesn't occur overnight, it's a deliberate practice, a conscious choice to prioritize your inner peace over external validation. Finally, embrace the concept of abundance. When you let go of the fear of loss, the universe has a way of rewarding you with more than what was let go. Detachment doesn't mean you care less, it means you understand better. It's about moving forward with lightness, free from the burdens of attachment, ready to welcome new blessings with open arms and a steadfast heart. 3. The illusion of the ego. Sometimes, our ego makes us believe that we're not good enough or that another person's grass is greener, leading us into a trap where we emotionally cling to others for validation. This misconception often leads us to idolize individuals, placing them on a pedestal as if they possess something unattainable. Yet, when stripped down to our essence, in life's critical moments, we realize no one holds a special ticket. We're all equally vulnerable, equally human. It's crucial to confront this illusion head-on, to see it for the mirage it is, and not let it distort our perception of ourselves or others. It's okay to remind yourself that you're amazing, special, and unique. This healthy practice builds self-esteem and nurtures your inner child. However, embracing this mindset doesn't mean viewing others as less than or separating yourself from the collective human experience. Instead, it's about recognizing that while we each have our unique paths, no single path is inherently superior to another. Our stories are interwoven threads in the larger tapestry of life, each as significant as the next. When it comes to detachment, particularly in relationships, it's easy to fall into a lack mindset, fearing the loss of someone unique and irreplaceable. This thought pattern is a direct offspring of our ego, whispering lies of scarcity and limitation. Enforcing emotional detachment is not about denying feelings or becoming indifferent, but about embracing the abundance of the universe and our capacity for love. It's acknowledging that while someone can be special to us, our completeness doesn't rely on their presence. This realization liberates us from fear-based attachment, empowering us to love freely without clinging desperately. Finally, resonating with Stoic philosophy, it's invaluable to practice seeing every individual, including ourselves, through a lens of equality. Everyone we meet, everyone we might lose, plays a role in our journey, just as we play a role in theirs. But no role is indispensable. By internalizing this, we cultivate profound emotional strength, preparing us to face life's uncertainties with grace. 4. Detachment in practice. To practice detachment, you must be willing to let go of past experiences and relationships. It's like holding on to a rope so tight that your hands start to hurt, but you're scared to let go because you don't know what will happen if you do. Let me tell you, letting go doesn't mean you fall. Sometimes, it means you can finally stretch your hands, reach out, and grab something even better. I had to learn this the hard way. I clung to a comfortable relationship because it felt safe, not realizing I was shutting doors to potential happiness that was knocking on my door. Here's another truth bomb: fear of missing out, FOMO, is a trap. It's like watching everyone else's highlight reel on social media, thinking you're missing out on life. But that's not real life. It's a curated, filtered snapshot meant to showcase a perfect moment. Once I stopped scrolling through everyone else's stories and started living my own, FOMO lost its grip on me. Not knowing every detail of someone else's life doesn't mean you're missing out. It means you're fully present in your own life, making memorable moments that belong to you and you alone. Attachment to a false image of happiness can make letting go seem impossible. You see others living their best life and fear that you're falling behind, that you might never have what they have. But remember, the grass only looks greener from a distance. Up close, it has its share of brown patches too. Detachment isn't about giving up happiness, it's about defining it on your own terms. So, to emotionally detach, follow the Stoic principle: focus on what's within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your growth. It's empowering to realize that no one's opinion, no past relationship, not even a shiny, filtered life on social media has the power to define your worth or your happiness. This realization is your armor. It allows you to move forward unburdened by unnecessary attachments, free to experience life in all its unpredictable glory, and open to the genuine, fulfilling connections that are waiting just around the corner. 5. The path to happiness. Where does true value come from? It's a question that, when answered, can pivot us away from unnecessary attachments and towards a state of emotional freedom. Understanding this concept is particularly crucial when the challenge is to detach from someone, a process deeply ingrained in the principles of Stoicism. It's not about severing ties with malice or indifference, but about recognizing that the most profound form of companionship you'll ever possess is the one you have with yourself. True value, as it turns out, stems from within your character, your wisdom, and how you treat others. It's easy to think that happiness is locked in someone else's presence in our lives, that our worth climbs with their approval or dips with their neglect. However, this mindset chains us, reducing our vast potentials to the whims of another. Like a bird believing it needs permission to fly, we limit our emotional skies. Imagine instead realizing that the sky has always been open, waiting for you to spread your wings on your own terms. This self-reliance is liberating, teaching us that our value does not fluctuate with others' opinions or presence. Detachment, therefore, isn't an act of pushing someone away but drawing ourselves closer to our essence. By focusing on personal growth and becoming the best versions of ourselves, we unshackle from